About an hour ago, Donald Trump predicted victory on November 8th, despite what he calls a rigged system. Trump told a large, very enthusiastic crowd they have to get out and vote, or he's wasted a lot of time and a lot of money. Let's bring in our political experts. Manu Raju, polls show Donald Trump faces a very difficult path right now to winning the White House. Republicans are now worried this could have what they fear a trickle-down effect on the Senate. What are the states where they are most concerned right now about losing their majority, the Republican majority in the Senate?
Well, there are about 8 or 9 competitive seats right now, Wolf, and only one of those 8 or 9 seats Democrats are defending right now. That means there's a big map for Republicans, Democrats right now to retake that majority. And you have blue states like Wisconsin and Illinois where Democrats are favored right now. And you have close swing states like Pennsylvania and New Hampshire, very close races there. Then you have red states, Wolf, Indiana, Missouri, North Carolina, all in the toss-up category. If they can win 4 seats, assuming that Hillary Clinton wins, they take back the majority. So right now, there is a lot of room for them to run. And what's really helping them at the moment is the fact that Donald Trump is struggling and in a lot of these states. And if he loses big, if he loses by 7, 8, 9 points, it'll be very, very difficult for those down-ticket Republicans to run significantly ahead of the top of the ticket. So that's why you're seeing a lot of Republicans distancing themselves from Donald Trump right now and making that argument that they're a check. They could be a check against a Clinton White House, hoping that could convince Republican voters to reelect them.
Yeah, that's a critically important development. David Chalian, a GOP interest group, out now with this new ad calling on New Hampshire voters to reelect the Republican incumbent, Senator Kelly Ayotte, no matter who the president is. Those were the words in the ad. The race in New Hampshire could decide who gets control of the Senate. Look at this, the latest polls. We've been showing them. The Democratic candidate, Maggie Hassan, 8 points ahead of Kelly Ayotte right now. So how do the GOP Senate candidates convince voters to split their vote, for example?
Well, you referenced this ad, and that's one of the ways that you see Republicans trying to convince people to split their votes by saying, hey, you need to have a check on what could be a Democratic White House. We've seen this in New Hampshire in that race right there with what Dana Bash reported about the Chamber of Commerce ad. This is a stalwart Republican ally that is basically putting an ad together that presumes a Clinton victory because it says you must have a check on whatever's coming out of the White House. That's one way to do it. And in a state like New Hampshire, Wolf, there's some tradition and history of ticket splitting there. I don't know that the race is quite as wide as that one poll. It could be a little bit closer. Lots of the other polling up in New Hampshire have it closer. But you're going to start seeing this argument taking place well beyond New Hampshire. You're going to start seeing Republicans time and time again in these close races that Manu just talked about, reminding everyone that if indeed it's going south at the White House, you really want to make sure you keep your Republican majority in the Senate.
In New Hampshire, we pointed out 15 points. The latest